Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to start the reading vlog for the second half of June. The first half was extra fun because I traveled to Mallorca, so if you haven't seen that vlog yet, I would highly recommend you go and check it out. I'm actually very proud of it and it turned out very beautiful. However, for the second half of June, unfortunately, we're back to the very boring backgrounds and not the beautiful sea, but I hope this will still be interesting. For now, I want to tell you about the books that I'm currently reading so you know what to expect, and then we'll just see how the rest of the month will go. Now, on my e-reader, I'm currently reading Bad Eater by Kylie Lee Baker. This is a horror novel that is set during the pandemic, and we're following our main character of Cora. She is one day at a train station of the underground in New York, and she is talking to her sister. Her sister is Chinese and Cora is Chinese and white, and yeah, they're just talking and a white man shows up and he pushes the sister in front of the train, and that is right at the start of the pandemic. And then we skip ahead a couple of months and we see Cora again as she now works as a crime scene cleaner together with two other Chinese people, and they are called to a ton of places where Asian women have been killed, and they notice that always something related to a bat has been left behind. And the one thing that Cora remembers about the day her sister was killed is that the white man said "bad eater" as he pushed her. So this is, yeah, a horror novel. It's very gory. We do get a lot of the descriptions of the crime scenes, and there is also some like ghostly activity related to that. Cora as a main character is a little bit more passive than I thought she would be, so I had to readjust my expectations a little bit. I'm now at the halfway point of the book and I feel like not a lot has happened yet. It felt very kind of like day to day to just really get to know Cora. She does have some psychological issues as well, and she's a little bit worried that if she talks to people about her experiences, that she will only be seen as a problem and that people won't help her. And yeah, I'm intrigued to see where it goes from here, and I hope that there will be a little bit more going on for the rest of the book. Then I have one book left over from May. I didn't take this on my vacation, so I still have not finished this one, and that is The 100 Years War on Palestine. This is a non-fiction book where we learn about the history of Palestine from 1917 to 2017, and this is a very harrowing read, a very difficult read, one where I definitely just need to take my time, which is why I did not finish it in May, but one that I think is very important, and so I will try to make my way through the rest of this. I'm also halfway through with this one as you know the month progresses. And last but not least, I'm currently also listening to an audiobook, and that is City of Dragons by Hobb. This is the third book in the Rainwild Chronicles. In this little sub-series of the Realm of the Elderlings, we are focusing on the Rainwilds, and we're following a group of people who are trying to ferry these dragons through a jungle to find a lost city. And in book 3, things change a little bit. I feel like book 1 and 2 were kind of contained. We were very much like close to the characters and the dragons, and now things are opening up a little bit more. I think we are going to see some other characters again. Some of them are in situations that I don't quite understand yet, and it all seems a bit more dire. I really liked that the first and the second book were not quite so evil towards the characters as usual Hobb books. I think that will not be the case for book 3 and 4. I think our characters will probably have to go through a lot of things. So I'm not sure I'm really prepared, but I hope to finish this series before the month is over. So I want to finish book 3 and then I also want to read book 4 this month. We'll see whether that actually happens. But yeah, that's where I'm at. For my audiobook, I'm currently a little bit more than a quarter of the way in. I did have quite the audiobook slump for the start of the month. It just didn't feel like the right time during my vacation to listen to audiobooks. I was just taking in a lot and, reading with my eyeballs a lot. But I think now that I'm back home, I will start listening to audiobooks more again. So this is where I am at. I hope that we will have some fun days of reading ahead of us. And yeah, let's find out. Let's get reading. So today is the 26th of June, and I feel like I haven't updated you in a long time. And that is because I'm in a bit of a slump. Now, I usually say I don't get reading slumps, which is not quite true. I do get them, but I usually know exactly why, so they don't feel like slumps. So for me, it's quite normal when I have been on a vacation that has been all about, relaxation, reading books. When I get back home, I am just more interested in doing my other hobbies for a while, just, to balance things out a little bit. So that's definitely part of it. But then I'm also right now in like the really hot phase of like job hunting, and it's very stressful. I find the whole experience extremely uncomfortable. And yeah, I don't love it. So I think all the stress of that is also making me not want to read because, like, in my brain, it's all so loud right now. So books and focusing is just not very easy right now. However, I do have a tiny reading update. So I thought, let's just chat about it. Also, I want to address we are having a big heat wave in Germany right now. And yesterday I went to Pilates in a gym where we do not have AC or even windows. So I did get a bit of a heat rash on my face, or like something is going on there. That happened after the Pilates class. So if you see just a little bit of unevenness, I hope you can ignore it. It's hot here, guys. It's hot, and we do not have usually a lot of ACs in Germany. I think it is becoming a little bit more normal now that people buy them for their apartments, at least like small ones, or that stores have them because of climate change. Hi, hello, climate change. Awesome. So, yeah, extreme weather unfortunately has increased quite a lot. Yesterday we had such big thunderstorms. It was like literally stuck above my town and it wouldn't move all day. We had thunderstorms on and off yesterday for basically almost the whole day. And yeah, that's just not normal German weather, but now it seems to be. So yay for that. Okay, so let's talk about the reading. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling, but like that's what I mean when I say it's just like very loud in my brain. So I did some reading. I'm now almost finished with my audiobook. I'm almost 80% into City of Dragons. I am doing that whole reading vlog for the Rainwild Chronicles, and things are going really well. I was a little bit worried because I had a hard time getting back into this third book, but yeah, we're into it now. Also, I was worried because it is quite short for a Robin Hobb Realm of the Elderlings book, and I still feel that. I don't feel like I'm currently 80% into one of her books, and so I'm a bit worried if we even have enough time to do the things, but then also maybe we can skip over some horrible things that might happen to characters, and maybe we can just skip to the moment when everything is fine. So yeah, I am really enjoying my way through that series a whole lot. I was quite worried about it in the beginning because so many people say it's the worst series within the realm of the Elderlings, but it is still Robin Hobb, and this woman, I don't know if she can write a book that I don't like. So yeah, it's going really well. And after finishing this one, I do immediately want to go into the fourth book to finally bring this to an end, because I feel like I've been reading this for pretty much the whole year so far. The other thing is that I'm currently still pretty much in the middle of Cora Zeng, and I have not made any progress. I read 10 pages while I was at the hairdresser's last week, and that was that. I don't know why I have this like barrier in my mind right now of like picking it back up and finishing it. It's not a long book, so it would take probably like one weekend day to finish it and move on. Instead, I did start another book during the weekend, and that is what Stalks the Deep by T. Kingfisher. This is the third book in the Sworn Soldier series, where we follow this person called Alex. I really like this series so far. The two first horror novellas in that series were very, very different, and I feel like this one again is quite different. The first one was a retelling of the fall of the House of Usher. The second one had this dream thing, and I really like fantasy stuff about dreams and like horror stuff about dreams, so I enjoyed that a lot. This one is like going under the earth, mines, weird things in mines. So definitely creepy, definitely creepy. And I am about 2/3 into that one. I read all of that on Sunday, and I wish I had just had the like focus to read all of it on Sunday, but I really have to try to finish that off in the next few days because I need to give it back to the library and there's people in line. So yeah, this is the priority now, finish that book. And as I said, I am enjoying it. It is creepy. In this one, we do meet characters again from the first book, and at first that was a little bit difficult for me because I didn't remember that one so super well, and I preferred it when it's like not so connected, so I can just read the new novella without having to reread anything. But I think by now I'm kind of okay. Like, there were enough hints to what had happened with these characters before that I can just like accept that they're there and like kind of that there is a connection. But my memory is really bad, and I read that first book years ago. So yeah, mixed bag. Like, I usually like it when we have like familiar characters again, but then I wasn't prepared for it in this book, so it threw me off at the beginning a little bit. Okay, so I hope you're a little bit updated. The thing is, like my last vlog, I'm so proud of that. It was so much fun to film at the beach and while I was out and about, and I just, yeah, coming back home now, not really reading, feeling so stressed out about my life right now. It just feels like this vlog is going to be a disappointment, and I hope you don't feel that way. I hope it will still be fun. I'll try my best. This weekend, I also have a really, really fun plan. I hope it works out. I want to meet one of my booktube friends, Xenia. I will link her channel. I hope that will all work out, because yeah, it's like a super big coincidence that she will be very close to where I live for a few hours. And so we will try to meet up, and I'm so excited about that. So yeah, we'll see. So I hope maybe that will turn around the vlog and will be interesting. Yeah, I go back to whatever I was doing and we'll see. I'll update you when I finish a book. So today is the 26th of June and I do have a reading update because I have actually finished reading books, which is pretty amazing. Also, still the heat wave, still all sweaty. I have a little bit of a thing because I need to take Boozy to the vet today in about half an hour. I will have to get her into her carrier, which is always very, very hard for me because she really hates it and I don't like hurting her and she will get so scared and then I will get so stressed and it's just gonna be a rough day. And so I wanted to wear my comfy shirt. I really love this shirt. I really like how it feels and yeah, I just like it. But with the heat wave, it is probably too hot. So yeah, I'm filming in it now, but I think I will have to figure something else out. I don't know. I'm not doing super well. Things are not going great here. It's okay. So I finished my audiobook yesterday, which is City of Dragons. This was the third Rain Wilds book. I really enjoyed it. This is the shortest book in the series. And I never thought I would say that about a Robin Hobb book, but this book felt short. It definitely feels like this and the fourth book are, again, more like one arc. It's not like really anything gets resolved in this third book. It's more that we reintroduce some more storylines that haven't been in the first and second book and that link to other books in the series, so I won't talk about that. But I had a good time. I'm giving it 4 stars as I did with all the books in the Rain Wilds so far. And I also started the final book, Blood of Dragons, and I'm very excited to finally finish off the first of my 5 series I wanted to read this year. Considering half the year is almost over, I'm so behind on that. And then I also finished reading What Stalks the Deep by T. Kingfisher. This is the third Sworn Soldier novella. I think I have talked about that in my last update already, so we're following Alex again as there's a new adventure with this mine. I would say this book is very Stranger Things season 3 with a little bit maybe of Project Hail Mary and also a tiny little bit of the main character of someone you can build a nest in. So there is stuff going on. I don't want to say more. I absolutely do not want to spoil this for you. I had fun with this. I think that right now, as I'm not in a real reading mood, I read the books and I'm like, yeah, okay. I just like, it just can't really get through to me in a way. So I gave this one 4 stars. I don't really have any strong feelings about it. I just like this series. I don't think it's my favorite series or like books by T. Kingfisher. Also, this one had a little bit more of the like pronoun and gender thing in it, like a couple of things I didn't love how they were done. If you don't know, the main character in the series, Alex, uses specific pronouns from this world. So Alex is from this made up land called Galatia, I think, and the pronouns I think are ka, kan. I'm not quite sure. There is more like fictional pronouns in the book for different things, like they have pronouns for rocks as well, apparently. And in this one, because Alex travels to the US and it's also historical, it talks about the war between Spain and the US about Guam, so that gives you a little bit of a time. And because, the characters are in the US for this, nobody really knows how to do Alex's pronouns. And yeah, in some moments, it just felt a bit weird to me because of that. And then also, whenever like pronouns and gender come up, everyone is always looking to Alex. And that also felt a bit weird to me. Like, Alex acknowledges that it's not great. But yeah, I don't know. There were just a couple of things where I was like, yeah, a person who actually uses different pronouns would probably maybe have handled that a little bit better. I don't know. But yeah, overall, it was a good, creepy, gross time, and I gave it 4 stars. So now I'm going back to my plan to finally finish Cora Zeng. It was actually ridiculous. So I will take it to the vet today. Will I read there? Who knows? Like, my dream would be that it's like over super quickly and I don't even have time to read because, like, probably I won't have brain space to read. But we'll see. I'll keep you updated. I really, really want to finish at least this one more book this month, and I think I can do it. And then we'll see. I'm all over the place right now. It's just what it is. So today is the 1st of July, and with that we have come to the end of this vlog. We have also luckily come to the end of the heat wave. Now, I think in my last update I was wearing exactly the same shirt. Sorry if you heard that. That was the cat having a little bit of a mishap there. Just opting out of helping me film, as she always does. Okay, so last time I was wearing the exact same shirt. It has been days, but what happened is that I had a little bit of a breakdown, to be fair. I was not doing well. I was really not doing well. The temperature dropped from around 40 degree to 20 degree today in 2 days. So that is usually not very good for my migraine. So yesterday I was completely wiped out, and today I'm still feeling it a little bit. It is better, so I thought I can at least try and film these updates. But yeah, it has been a rough couple of days, not only because of the weather, lots of stuff going on, but you are not here to hear about that. So I do in fact have a final reading update that I'm very proud of, because after taking some meds last night, I did actually manage to finish Bad Eater and Other Names for Cora Zeng, and I'm so happy because I felt so bad for this book. It's not that I didn't want to read the book. Well, because of the book, you know, it was because of like me. I was the problem in this situation. And I can't believe how long it took me to read this book. It's short, it's intriguing, it's gruesome at times. So yeah, it was like totally my fault. So I don't even remember how much I updated you on this book, because I think when we started the vlog, I was already halfway through. We are following Cora, who lost her sister when someone pushed her in front of a train and called her a bad eater. And then a little bit later, Cora works as a crime scene cleaner, and they start coming across more and more crime scenes where Asian women were murdered and some kind of bad is involved. We also have the whole ghost plotline, the hungry goats, the hungry ghosts that come back. And I must be honest, I said that in a previous update, but I think it was in my last vlog. I had anticipated this to have a bit of a different plot, to be honest. I didn't really think that the whole like ghost thing would appear or be like such a major part of the plot. The plot was more meandering than I had thought. I thought it would be much more in these like serial killer lane, but it isn't actually. I did like that we get a little bit of a plot twist during the end. There are some things that maybe our characters have misunderstood throughout the story that get cleared up. And I did like that we have a little bit of a explosive ending. I can always appreciate that. And so in the end, I think this book is good. I went in with slightly wrong expectations, especially when it comes to the main character, and it was just not the time for me to read this book, unfortunately. This has also a little bit to do with where my mental health is right now and the character of Cora. Now, I would say that Cora possibly has OCD. She's very particular about cleanliness, about her apartment, and she's very scared of germs, which makes sense because this is set during the beginning times of the pandemic. So that was like a very rough time for all of us. Like, we were thinking about all the germs when we got groceries and how we could clean that and all of that. So yeah, because of that, some of it makes sense, but I think for Cora, it's definitely amplified, and it's also always hinted at that she had issues with her mental health before. And yeah, so if you're not like in the best headspace, maybe this is not the main character that will help you a lot with those feelings. Cora definitely is going through a rough time, and it is alluded to that she had like difficult encounters in the past because of her mental health. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention as well, because yeah, it can impact your reading experience. Like, if you're going through a rough time, sometimes reading about a character who is going through such a rough time can be hard, and it was for me. But still, I ended up enjoying this book, and I gave it 4 stars. And yeah, I finished it in June. I did not carry it over into July, and I'm very, very proud of that. And then for my audiobook, Blood of Dragons, I made it 40% into the book in June, so I will read the rest in July. I am really enjoying this finale of the Rainbow Chronicles. There were some mentions, like there was one particular mention about a character and some fingertip prints that, like, all of the hair on my arms was standing up, because that alludes to my favorite character in the Realm of the Elderling series. And whenever this character is mentioned or alluded to in the tiniest details, I love them so much. And yeah, earlier in the series, we had also a mention of the rooster crown. If you know, you know. And oh my god, yeah. So I would say, like, Rainwilds is not where my heart is with this series. Like, as I said, if you know, you know, but still, I'm enjoying reading it. Also, right when I stopped listening a second ago, our dragon Tentaclia is in a bit of a complicated situation. And so, yeah, I'm definitely scared for some of the characters. There is quite high stakes in this series. Like, a lot of like very dangerous situations that you don't really see coming. I think with like Robin Hobb's usual writing, the characters, like, you always have stakes, but it's not like very explosive. You know, you have these moments when you think, oh no, now they're gonna have a battle, and then something happens and it's not ending up to being a battle in the end. I feel like with Rainwilds, you do have more scenes where it's actually kind of like life and death, where it's actually fighting for your life in a way. And I feel like that's a little bit different. I don't know if I just misremember things, but I would love to hear if you have read The Realm of the Elderlings, if you felt that way too, because I think we definitely had quite a few scenes where characters were in like super big danger, but there was kind of a fight for their life for a chapter or two, and then it got resolved. And I feel like that's a little bit different than in the other series, and I do appreciate that. I think it makes it definitely engaging to read. Okay, and with that, we are leaving June in the dust, and I am honestly very relieved. The second half of June has just not been a good time for me, and I don't know if that will change in July. I hope it will change soon because I don't know how long I can keep this up, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated. I am looking forward to July. I have some really fun things coming up. Let's just hope it works out. Also, I don't even remember if I talked about this at any point, but I was supposed to meet my friend. Did I talk about that? I don't know if I will just edit it out completely, but I was supposed to meet my friend Xenia from the channel Xenia and the Books, and it didn't work out. Her flight got cancelled, so that was also a little bit sad because that was like one thing in the second half of June I was really looking forward to, but obviously not her fault. So yeah, it was sad. It was like the super biggest coincidence that we would have had the chance to meet up anyways. So it's not like the plans completely fell apart. But just in case I had mentioned it, I wanted to explain maybe why that wasn't part of the vlog because it didn't end up happening. Now, the good thing about that is that now my fridge is full of like really great snacks and sweets that I wanted to give her. And now I can eat them all by myself. Okay, that was June. Goodbye, June. I won't miss you. Let's hope July is so much better. I hope your June was amazing, and I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog. Don't forget to leave a like or a nice comment if you feel so inclined. It really makes my day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!